Hey everyone, we'll be going over the expedition mechanic for this video. It's probably the most convoluted and not explained mechanic at all in the game. But when you're in mapping, you'll start running into these nodes with these, what do you even call this? Like a shuriken or a six-sided star or something like this. This is your indicator that there is a expedition mechanic on that map. All right, so here we are in an expedition inside of a map. You'll find an NPC related to the mechanic here, and then your detonator, and then a bunch of just stuff on the floor. There's a couple of different mechanics. The red flags, the little red flags like this one, is for a normal mob spawn, and the big red flag like this one is for a runic monster, which is like the, I guess, magic monster, or sometimes you can get rare monsters as well. Then there's these flags, which are indicative of expedition chests. We have, there's one down there. All right. Well, there's a big one here. This is like the most high value, the rarest one. And then we have a little one here and a mid-tier one here. So those are your three different runic chest markers. And then we have the most obvious of all the mechanics, which is the unearthed remnants. These are the ones that stick out the most, obviously, because they put text on your screen and it's like, hey, this is a mechanic, interact with it. But in general, the way these remnants work is they add some sort of difficulty to the monsters that you bring out of the ground with your explosives. And then it also adds some sort of benefit. These effects don't take effect retroactively. They only take effect from when you blow up and afterwards. So this one is increased number of magic monsters. So if I like blow up some stuff and then blow up this, these two things, when they spawn, enemies will not have these effects. So you usually want to hit your remnants that are important early if you can. This particular loadout for expedition, this spawn is not super great. So the ones I would really want to probably grab are these ones down here, the rarity for monsters and pack size. Those would be pretty nice, but they're very far away, so I think we're just going to ignore them. In general, for strategy for these, the chests are not super great. You can get logbooks and currency from the chests, but mostly you should be trying to kill stuff. In most of the mechanics in the game, you're going to want to try to kill stuff. Killing stuff is usually your best bet for getting things. The chests are okay. And like I said, you can get logbooks from them, but they shouldn't be a focus. But you definitely should get them if you can. There's no reason not to, right? They're there. It's just extra loot. Like, get them if you can. I'll try to grab this one. We'll see what I end up cooking up here. It's probably not gonna be great, but you know, we'll see what happens. I want to hit this 3 last, ideally, because it's 3 runic monsters. I can even grab this chest potentially. So let's do this guy first. I want to make sure I hit the remnant. Then I want to head up here. So I can't get this stuff because it's too far. Because your bombs can only be placed a certain distance from the previous explosion. Or previous charge. We'll do that. And then I can get 2 runics here and some chests. I can't get this remnant and that runic. I don't think. Oh, I can right there. So then I'm getting this runic and this remnant. And then I'll get these 2 runics. Ooh. I want to get, maybe do this and then this. It's okay. Sure, why not? Don't spend too much time on these, you know. It's not you're not gonna really like get that much more if you spend a whole lot of time, whereas if you just kind of wing it. Hey, there's a lot of monsters. I already have my expeditions juiced a little bit, so the explosions that I get when I do that are a lot faster than what most people would get. Did that guy die? Oh, he did. All right, so there you go. There's that. I blew up some stuff. As you can see, I haven't opened any chests yet, but I have a lot of artifacts already on the ground. I got an Exile and exotic coinage. We can open our little chest and see what we get. Oh, I got an item. Surprising. That was the rare chest, right? That was the orange one. There you go. That's a full expedition in a map. You can get logbooks while you're doing these, and that's the next mechanic that we'll talk about. That's the big mechanic. It's exactly the same as this, but larger. So every now and then, even though I didn't get one, you'll get a logbook, right? And in these logbooks, this is where like the end game mechanic is. Here, if I'm going to do one, let's make it not. Let's do a black scythe book. You'll get these logbooks, and you'll need to use these to open up a new map. You go to the map device. There's no way to open them here. This is not how you do it. But usually this is like how you do mechanics, but it's not how you do it for this. So yeah, don't do that. You gotta go over to Danig, and you show him your little map, your logbook in this particular case. And then you get to pick between the two things that are on the map. In this particular case, it's the chalice and the black scythe. Chalice is like a really bad currency, so I try not to run them if I can. Black scythe's actually worth something. So we'll run a black scythe logbook. This one also has increased number of runic monsters, which is very nice. And the explosive placement range is convenient, but not super strong. So yeah, you open the portal. Bada bing, bada boom. You get a new map. You get a cool portal effect because it's special.
Come on now. Don't go all day.
And then you're in the map. Let's see if I got a boss. I did not. All right, so you see these little markers right here? It's this thing I'm standing next to. Right now, it's like a little... what do you even want to call that? I don't know. But if you blow this up, this opens a new area that you can go into. It's like a very small little mini dungeon. There's a couple chests in it. We'll open it up and you can see what's inside. The boss, which I will try to fish for in the future. All right, I found one in a logbook. Here's what it looks like on the map right here, and then here's what it looks like in the actual world. I've only ever seen it as this like brick building, and after you've blown it up, it leads to a Kalguran tomb. You need to make sure you blow up that so you can get into the boss arena and do the boss. Thing to remember before I cut away and go and place all my explosives, this mechanic works exactly the same as it does in maps. There are some small differences. So there are new banners that indicate new chests. So like this banner here, this means this, if you blow this up, you'll get a chest that contains currency. Now, it's usually going to mean you're going to get a chest that contains like a couple transmutes, but you can get divines and stuff. I have gotten a divine from blowing up one of those. So, you know, you can get potentially something. This is the same, right? This is still just the currency for the mechanic. This is a weapon. This one over here is armor. And then there's boots too, but I don't see it. Yeah, this map has no boots. Interesting. Oh wait, there's something down here. There you go, boots. There's also other things. There's like Ezomite runestones, which is the same thing as a remnant. Usually they have slightly different mechanics. Like sometimes you'll find Vol obelisks too, which will like corrupt your items and stuff like that. But in general, the mechanics are all the same. You just go and you blow up the remnants that you want, and you blow up the big flags, mostly. One thing to keep in mind is this map is huge. You know, don't spend all day looking at this, trying to figure out the optimal route and blah, blah, blah. It's not worth the time. Just pick something. If you really want to be kind of efficient, you can try to find, if you have a remnant with doubles runic monsters, because I still think that is by far the best remnant. Oh, and the remnants on the map are these like blue things with the spirals coming out of them. This one's pretty good. Rare monsters. Rare monsters is good. Here we go. Runic monsters are duplicated. This is a very good remnant. So I think I'll try to get this one early. My spawn's up here. I'll probably blow up this, get this thing, and then try to come down this way. And then maybe finish somewhere on this beach down here. There's this flag here, and honestly, I don't know what this one is. It's unmarked. It looks kind of like jewelry on the map. Might be jewelry, might be skill gem stuff. I'm not really sure what it is. I'm gonna get it either way. All right, so I finished setting up all my explosives. We do a very convoluted, windy, turny thing, but that's kind of how this mechanic works. So let's do the actual event, and then we'll check out. I hit both of the little mini dungeons, so we'll go check those out as well. I gave them all evasive, so hitting them is problematic. So my explosion chain is like way down there already. Like I said earlier in the mapping portion, my explosion rate on my bombs is really high. Holy moly, please get hit. So the event happens much faster for me because of my layout, or not my layout, because of my points I put into my atlas. Oh my god, it's so painful. Please just take damage. I mean, when they get hit, they die. They don't get hit, well, just sitting here casting at nothing. Man, he's beating up my dog. What the hell? Leave my nice dog alone. All right, there we go. Whole thing's done. Holy moly. So that's I guess this is a great time to bring up. Hey, don't overjuice your log maps. It's very easy to get yourself killed in this place. Because if you just like give them damage and crit and damage, like, is very bad. You could very easily get yourself killed in here. All right, so let's go take a look at one of these sulfur mines. So there's two of them. But these, like I said, these are like little mini dungeons, right? You go in here, you enter a new area, and there'll be some mobs to kill. They should not be affected by the stuff you did upstairs, I don't think. But at the end, oh, it looks like they are. That thing is evasive. I'm not sure the case for this. I'm guessing the monsters that spawn down here have the same effect of where they were blown up in the chain. So all the remnants before blowing up the entrance here probably take effect to the monsters down here. So as you can see, my reward was 3 chests. It dropped crap, but you know, that's what you get. And then we have one more of these to do. And then here's the rancid nest, the other one. This is going to have a lot of birdos in it.
Another corpse to serve me.
Oh, we have 3 more chests. And you can see on the map what your chests are that it gives you. So we got a currency, a mechanic chest, and then a weapon chest. See, this is what you get for currency chests. You get augments and transmutes. Sometimes you can get like an alk or something, you know. Like I did get a divine one time, you know. Worth. That is a map without a boss though, so this logbook is now done. Nothing else. This is what I got. Mostly just mechanic currency. I got a jewel, and I got a little bit of other currency. Not very good. There was more stuff that dropped. I have a very strict loot filter. So you can see there's a lot of more stuff on the ground. There's some gems and transmutes and stuff like that, but I don't bother picking that stuff up. So there's more stuff. You can definitely get more than what I am picking up, but all right. So we did some logbooks, and now the question is, what do we do with all this currency that we have? This was Broken Circle, which I think is Gwenin. No, it's Rog, right? Yeah, it's Rog. So you get this currency, and then you can spend it on stuff. Essentially, what you get here is you get a couple of pieces of gear, and you can look at them, and you can decide if you like any of them. And then, oh, it's not Rog. I lied. It is Gwenin.
In a gambling mood.
And then you can decide if you want to, you know, maybe it's like a good base, or it has some decent stat rolls or something. I assume I'm going to find only garbage. Yes. Okay. So let's say, oh man, I really like this crossbow. Look at it. Wow, it's got leech. Sick. I want to buy this. You can buy it, right? And now that I've bought the weapon, I can change the way that the weapon works. So in this particular case, it has a suffix on it. And now I can spend another currency, and I can add a modifier and make it rare. It doesn't tell me what kind of modifier. So essentially, I'm spending a currency to regal this item. What's happening? One currency, I regal it. All right, sure. Yeah, let's do it. Hooray! It got accuracy rating. Great. And now it says I can re-roll suffix modifiers. Well, there's only one suffix on here. If it had 3, you could re-roll all 3, which is not great because it's just random. It could be good. Maybe you have 3 really good prefixes and 1 suffix, and it's kind of bad, right? So this might be valuable for us to say, nah, we don't need physical leech. Heck it. Oh, we got crit damage bonus. That's probably pretty good. And then we have this. Remove a single modifier at the lowest modifier level. This is actually a really good upgrade. So this is essentially, what is it? An annulment? But it's a targeted annulment, which is pretty good. So sure, we'll do it. Why not? And now it just got rid of the suffix. So now we need another suffix. Sure, why not? How long does this go? I thought this was only for like 3 things. Oh, there we go. So this is the last one. Upgrade and take. Reroll prefix. Sure, let's do it. I just wasted a bunch of currency. So yay, now we have our new finished product, which is a very shit crossbow. It's completely garbage. But, you know, that's how the mechanic works. And Gwenin has weapons. Rog has armor. Tujin has, like, amulets and belts. So you can do this for everything. And if you want to re-roll the shop, let's say, you know, Gwenin's weapons are all shit. I want something new. So you can just hit the little re-roll thing. It costs you 1 exotic coinage.
Maybe I'll just shuffle these around and tell you they're different.
And now I can be like, oh, now let's just choose anything good. The answer is probably no. The biggest thing here is knowing the crafting system. For newer players, you probably, I'm going to be honest, you probably shouldn't engage with this mechanic, any of these mechanics. Maybe Tujin.
I'm here.
Because, you know, it's pretty simple. It's like amulets. You can roll amulets. Amulets are pretty good to roll because they're very random and they have a lot of potential really good modifiers. Personally, I don't. I just sell everything. I don't want to engage with this. It's too much.
Yes.
And a lot of the good modifiers that you could get previously, like in Path of Exile 1, aren't in the game. Apparently there is one that's like you keep all the current affixes on the item, but you like upgrade them or something. But apparently that's not in. So this The currency is... it's okay. It's not great. Like I said, I personally just sell it all. I go to Alva, and I haven't done this in a while, but... Expedition. I want to sell my... Why is it only showing my stuff that's in my inventory? Now it should show everything.
Hey.
So I have 24 coins, right? 24 exotic coinage, 127 artifacts. Let's sell my artifacts. They sell... Oof, very bad right now. 12.5 to 1. So they don't sell for a lot because they're not very good. It's really how that works. They don't sell for a lot because they're not very good. So yeah, but that would still be my recommendation. Is just sell this stuff. It's not worth it. These prices have gone way down. But yeah, just sell. The coins should be the most valuable, but yeah, the coins are pretty good. Everything else besides the coins are pretty not very valuable. So you can sell coinage for pretty good money. Otherwise, you're not going to get much return. Doing the actual crafting takes so long. You have to review all the items, re-roll the shop, and then review all the items, re-roll the shop. It just takes forever. It's in general not worth it. Just sell and get your currency and go buy something on the market. Much easier that way. But yeah, that's the whole of Expedition. It's the mechanics are I mean, as you saw, the mechanics are pretty complicated. It's a lot more involved than a lot of the other stuff, and the rewards from it are not great. There's one chase item from the boss, which is a flask. That's like the only unique that's like a chase item from this whole mechanic. If you do happen to get it though, it is huge. Looking at the market right now, it's over 30 div. Sell one, so you know, you could do logbooks, look for bosses, and if you get the drop, it's pretty good money. Good money, but again, it's a chase item, so what are the chances you actually get it? I killed the boss 5 times now? I haven't gotten it once. But, you know, 5 times is pretty small. Pretty small sample size, so it is what it is. Anyway, that'll be it for this expedition video guide. And I'll close out with the boss fight. For this fight, there's actually 2, like, I don't know, actors, I guess. You have the boss, and then you have a little floating disc here, which I guess we'll just go in and you can see it. So there's a lot of stuff happening with this guy. There's a lot of stuff happening in this fight, and you have to kill the boss twice. So we'll see here shortly. This is a tier 4, so he's got a lot of health. Okay, that's WAD. There you go. I did not get the big chase item. I got the Crucible Tower Shield. The chase item is the flask. There you go. That's the boss encounter.